Adding lights to the backside of your TV isn't really a new thing. In fact, Philips used to make TVs with the lights built into them on the back, and it's called Ambilight. Now, we have all these different ways to use LED lights and lighting in our lives. And one of the ways that's been going on for a few years, and Govee's been doing a fantastic job of this, is by attaching light strips to the back of your TV, using a camera to watch it, and then extend the screen essentially to your walls by using light. This is the new Govee TV Backlight 3. This thing is really cool, and it's got some interesting features that really makes this one stand out from a lot of the others. So stick around, let me tell you all about this thing.
Okay, let's go.
Hi, I'm Chris with Gadgets and Gravel. Quick disclaimer, this was sent to me by Govee and the PR agency for testing and review purposes. However, neither Govee nor the PR agency will get a preview of this video before you or get any input on its content, so it's new to everybody. So with that out of the way, this is the Govee TV Backlight 3 Pro. I've tested pretty much every iteration of the backlight series that Govee's made up until this point, and before this one, the light system I was using on this TV was this. This is the Govee TV Backlight T2. So what made this stand out from other models previously is instead of a single fisheye lens trying to watch the entire screen, this one uses two cameras to split the TV into two images, record that so it gets better detail, and then stitch it together for one seamless backlight image. The new model takes it up another level. We have three cameras now. So you've got dual HD cameras at 1080p, 30 frames per second, plus an HDR camera to get even better detail, lighting, color, and better dynamic range out of the screen so it sees that better to give you a better color representation on the outside. So if you're unfamiliar with these, I previously covered one from Nanoleaf, their new 4D V2 camera system. And it uses a single camera, but the end result is the same idea. So what we're doing is we're taking these cameras, watching what's happening on the screen, it processes that, converts it into light, that then the light strip that's attached to the backside of the TV then displays and reflects off the walls, making your TV seem bigger. It makes everything you're watching more immersive. It's a really neat feature. So let's get into a little bit of how this works in the installation process. So in the box, you're gonna get the light strip, the camera, you're gonna get a control box, all the cables connected and power. You also end up getting these foam cubes, little foam square things that you stick to your TV, and that's used to help calibrate the camera. So what happens is once you get the TV strip attached to the back of the screen, you end up putting on these foam squares on the outside of the TV, and when you go through the calibration process, when you add it to the app, you will drag different points of the camera to the spots on the TV to match up with the cubes. And this makes sure that the camera is only seeing what you want it to see, which is the TV screen. One thing I like about Govee's installation process, so with Nanoleaf, the thing that made their installation unique in their light strip is it has a zigzag pattern, which makes it easy to bend around corners without needing any brackets. Govee just eliminates the lights entirely on the corners. Instead, so you have a light strip on here, and then it's connected by just a blank cable to then go around the corner and come around. It makes installation easier. I haven't noticed a whole lot of dead spots. You can see it's a little dark in the corners where there isn't light, so it does miss a little bit of lighting, but the light's bright enough. I'm at like 65% right now on this light, that when it's bright enough and the room's dark, you don't really notice it a whole lot. So I do like that installation process, it's nice. You do also get a couple of stick-on brackets that you can attach to the back of the TV to help hold the light strip in place. If you're concerned about it coming loose, if there's a lot of pressure or tension on a corner where you come around something, you can attach these brackets to the back. They'll help hold the light strip on. You can just give you a little more peace of mind and make sure it stays stuck on there. As far as the camera, it just sits on top of the TV. Now, at first glance, the camera seems like it's a distraction to you when you're watching. It's sticking up there. Once you get it up there and you start using it, it completely disappears and I forget that there's a camera up there at all. So it's really nice. But that's basically it. The whole process is pretty simple as far as installing it and using it. It's a really nice setup. So let's get into what we do with the app and what that changes for us. All right, so when it comes to using the app, it's a really simple process. We get it set up, you download the Govee app, sign into your account if you already have one. If you don't, you'll set one up. You're gonna add a device, and one thing, get it set up. The app does a great job of walking you through the installation, the calibration process. It even has a setting where when you're going through the process to make sure it's installed and it knows where everything is so it can properly display the light outside. It'll light up one side blue and the other side red, and then you just match it what's on the screen to what you see on your TV, and then you're done. You go through the calibration process of drawing your lines, your dots to the foam squares, and then you're ready to start the fun part. So with it added in here, so you can see right now I'm on 71% brightness. We're on video mode. So we've got all kinds of different settings in here. So aside from being a TV mirror option, you get all the same things. You get all the Govee products with the scenes and the cool lighting effects with those. You get music reaction, sound reaction. It can just be a light. So you get tons of options with this. But the video mode obviously is the part that we stand out like the most. So across here, we've got different modes. We're in TV movie mode. So you have solid, vivid, smooth, and delicate. Essentially is what this is going to do, and I'll drop some video in at the end of this where it's dark. You can kind of see more of the differences here, but you can see when we're on solid, it's just going to take an average of all the colors on the screen and then display it around the outside. You go to vivid, it splits it up a little more, we get a little more movement, and we're still not completely 100% matching what's going on. Smooth gets us a little bit more color movement, color separation across the screen. And then delicate is where we get the most accurate in color movement across the screen, seeing what we have here and putting it on the outside. We do have a game mode. So game mode, essentially, you have all the same modes as far as solid, vivid, smooth, and delicate, but in game mode is what changes. So if you're playing video games, things are happening more frequently, more reactive, quicker on the screen. And so that basically just speeds up that processing a little bit more and has it be a little more faster in changing between scenes and things like that. You can use it for movies if that's your preference. If you are watching a high action movie, you want it to be more responsive to what's on the screen, you can switch it to that. I typically leave it on movie mode. So you see down here, we also have this other mode. So this is the AI filter. The cool thing with this, Govee is dedicated, aside from the dedicated HDR camera, they also have added their own Lumen-blend technology, which helps the color accuracy on the LED light strip reflect better what's on the screen. This is really unique to Govee and something they've been developing proprietary to their systems, and it's really cool, and it's in a lot of other devices like the Skyline that I previously reviewed. It's in the Torshare floor lamp I reviewed previously, so I'll put links for those. You can check those out if you're curious about those. The light strip on the outside has got more light beads than the previous model, so you get way more light, way better color accuracy on this. So we're using RGB WWIC, so red, green, blue. WW means we have dedicated white LEDs, so you get perfect whites when this is showing on screen. You get your whites, it's going to be accurate and have a blue tint to it. And IC means individual controls, so you can use, they can put multiple lights on one, or multiple colors for one light strip. So the AI filter, the cool thing with this is you can put in specifically a movie that you're wanting to watch. You can also just use the preset filters. So if you're watching football or soccer or whatever you're watching, you can choose those. Right now we're on the default. But if you choose the movie, you can see here, I've got a couple movies I've watched using this, and it knows what that movie is and then tries to do a better job of matching the colors and darkness and things like that to it. So it's really, really cool. You can adjust the HDR effect. Black bar illumination is something that's really neat. So when you're watching movies and they got your black bar up here, the camera and the system knows to recognize that and basically ignore it. And then, so you're not gonna have just dead spots around your screen. So it keeps it as accurate as you can with what's happening on the screen. Blank screen setting is one thing I really like about this also. So you can set different durations. And so when the screen goes dark, you turn your TV off. The light will stay on. I have it set at 15 seconds. So if the screen is dark for 15 seconds and nothing's happening, the light's shut off. So you don't have to worry about turning it off and having them on. If you're like, right now this is in my bedroom, so you don't have to have it on in your bedroom. You can make sure it goes off and doesn't bother you there. Relative brightness, you can adjust the brightness level of different parts of the light strip. So I can take this and pull it back down to 50% and match it up with the rest of it. You can adjust it, make it brighter. It's up to you. So it's kind of cool. It gives you tons of flexibility to make sure you get it set up just the way you want it. And all that's done for you easily. You can look at color. Like I said, you can switch it to just a solid color if you want and ignore the camera altogether. You've got loads of scenes. One of the things that Govee's really great about is creating preset scenes to have different colors and things like that move around the light strip and kind of give you different effects. It's really fun. But obviously the star of it is movie watching. So that's how this looks. I'm gonna drop some video in here so you can kind of check it out, see what it looks like in some darkness, and see how that kind of expands out there, and then we'll wrap this thing up. One of the things I really like about what Govee does with their TV light backlights is they give you tons of flexibility. Now, it isn't always 100% accurate. There has been times I've seen it either be delayed in what happens between screens and scenes in a movie or whatever. Sometimes it'll be blue up here like the ocean, and it'll for some reason have a red up there. It's very rare, and I don't know if it's a glitch in the software and need just like a reset of it or something. I don't know. It's rare that that happens, but outside of that, it's really accurate and really fast. That's one thing I like about this, and the addition of the HDR camera has really made a difference in how good it does at capturing colors across a dark scene. Or not getting just whites when it's on a white screen. So, or on a color screen. So it's not just gonna be straight whites. It'll make sure it picks up colors where it can. So it does a better job with that. Outside of that, it's been a fantastic system. I like using it. It's quick, it's easy to set up. It's literally sticking some LED light strips to the back of the TV, put a couple cubes on your TV screen, mount it up. You're done in about 10 minutes. It's a pretty easy setup process, and it looks great. It definitely makes movies feel bigger, more immersive. You don't have to have, you know, I'm in my bedroom, and while this is overkill, it's a 65-inch TV, you don't have to have a massive TV. You could put a 45-inch TV in here or whatever you want to do, and by putting those lights on the outside, it definitely expands it, makes it feel bigger. Govee makes different kits for different size TVs, so that you can go up to an 85-inch TV, and the difference between that and a 65-inch kit is just the length of the LED light strip. Outside of that, it's all the same. So if you have any questions, drop it down in the comments. Be happy to answer them best I can. I have tons more videos coming up, so make you like and subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss those coming up, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks.
Okay, let's go.